Hi guys, you are watching Weekend Movie Channel, and this is the first part of the best horror movies released in 2023. I hope the video will be useful and everyone will find something new to watch. And if you have already seen everything, follow the links in the description to other parts of this collection. You will probably find something new to watch. Godless, The Eastfield Exorcism. 1994, the town of Eastfield. A young couple, Lara and Ron, are going through a difficult time. It's all about the strange behavior of the wife, who now and then sleepwalks and suffers from nightmares. Lara visits a psychologist and takes medication, but medicine has no visible effect, and then Ron tries to find an alternative way of treatment. Being a deep believer, he denies all the psychologist's fears and goes to church. Here, Ron becomes convinced that Lara is possessed by demons and now wants to organize a rite of exorcism. Soon, the desperate couple will encounter real cruelty hidden behind good intentions. Perhaps the picture is no different from most modern horror films. All the same artistic techniques and plot twists are used, moving from movie to movie. The creators tried to bring a little psychological drama to the story, but the tape still sags in suspense and originality. But still, the picture is not so bad, and it can be chosen for a one-time viewing, especially for those who like movies on the theme of obsession. 7th place, Godless, The Eastfield Exorcism. Malum. Police officer Will Lauren, who caught cult leader John Malum, soon went insane and shot half the police station before committing suicide. A year has passed since those very tragic events. His daughter, young officer Jessica, wants to get to the true cause of her father's death. To do so, she volunteers for duty at the very same police station. It's the last night before it closes, which means it's her last chance to solve a family mystery. Jessica encounters the paranormal world and has a real nightmare to live through. The movie is a reboot of the Last Shift picture. The remake is inferior to the original in the tension of horror scenes. However, visually it became clearly richer. If you have already seen Last Shift, then you should stop there. However, I advise you to watch the remake to compare it with the original to see which story is closest to you. 6th place, Malum. Bird Box, Barcelona. The Earth is invaded by mysterious creatures, in contact with which people commit suicide. Engineer Sebastian and his daughter Anna set off on a journey through the devastated Barcelona to find a safe place. In order to move around the city, they have to wear blindfolds. When encountering a monster, this will be the only way to escape an agonizing death. However, there is another threat besides monsters. There are psychopaths who remove the blindfolds from ordinary people so that they meet the gaze of their death. The spin-off is greatly inferior to its original in the richness of scenery and locations. The movie clearly lacks the budget for more spectacular visuals. Gone are the story elements that the audience loved the first movie for. However, the Spanish version still entices the viewer with a tense atmosphere and interesting characters. Dynamic scenes quickly change each other, making you nervous for the main characters. 5th place, Bird Box, Barcelona. There's something wrong with the children. Ben and Margaret are having a great weekend in the countryside with their friends Thomas, Ellie, and their children. The whole bunch of them go exploring the neighborhood and soon find an abandoned fort. Inside the dilapidated building, there is a strange cliff with no bottom in sight that fascinates the kids so much. They literally gawk there, standing on the edge, oblivious to their parents' displeasure. All ends well, but back at camp, Ben begins to notice something strange and creepy in the kids' behavior. Indie horror, produced by Blumhouse Studios. It looks a bit cheap, but it can really captivate and tickle the nerves. The picture makes a great transition from a family drama with its internal conflicts to the tense and disturbing atmosphere of a horror. The action unfolds dynamically. There is its own intrigue and the viewer will not be bored during the viewing. Perhaps not everyone will like the ending, but in general it's not a bad movie to choose for the evening. 4th place, There's Something Wrong with the Children. Blood. This movie is a clear success for those who are looking for a good horror movie for the evening. It's got a storyline that's not in the movie industry. A woman named Jess moves to her parents' house with her 2 children after a divorce. While adjusting to life in the middle of nowhere, her children go fishing at the lake where their dog finds an unusual tree. From that moment on, the dog begins to behave aggressively and bites the boy, infecting him with a strange disease. The child feels worse and worse, and the doctors do not know what kind of virus it is. But the boy's condition suddenly improves after he drinks blood from a blood transfusion drip in front of his mother. The story gradually draws the viewer into the atmosphere of growing madness. At the same time, the characters behave naturally and do not commit some very scripted and hackneyed patterns. Rather, they act as anyone would act in their place, thus forcing the viewer to sincerely experience what is happening. Despite the low rating, the movie is definitely worth a one-time viewing. Third place, Blood. Insidious, The Red Door. The sequel to the iconic franchise still revolves around the Lambert family. 9 years have passed since the events of the first movie. Dalton has grown up and is preparing to enter art school. His parents Josh and Roan are divorced, and the father has to rebuild a relationship with his son. One day, the young man's subconscious awakens an image from his childhood, a blood-red door that Dalton draws in one of his art classes. Meanwhile, Josh begins to be haunted by the mysterious spirit of a man. It seems that previous memories that were repressed by them are making themselves known again. The past has returned to change the future. This time, the makers of the movie moved away from the banal depiction of horror effects for the sake of scaring the audience. The director emphasized the relationship between father and son, revealing a new side of the characters beloved by the viewer. Now it's not just a horror movie, but a real family drama. The new part looks with interest and is still able to surprise with its creepy and frightening scenes. Second place, Insidious, The Red Door. Talk to Me. High school senior Mia is going through a difficult time. 2 years ago, her loving mother committed suicide, and the girl still can't come to terms with the loss. Neither her father nor her friends can help her cope with depression. To distract herself from oppressive thoughts, Mia goes to a teenage party. Here, the youth decides to arrange a spiritistic seance with a mysterious hand of unknown origin. Teenagers do not guess that a simple prank will cause a series of mysterious events leading to terrible consequences. The picture differs from the pile of monotypical horror films terrorizing the screens in recent years. The creators more than filled the tape with frightening moments, while not forgetting about the plots of the characters. The story is multi-layered and well thought out. All the details of what is happening are important. In a word, the movie is competently balanced, thanks to which it keeps the viewer in suspense until the very end. At the moment, definitely the best horror of the year. First place, Talk to Me. Well, this is it. Thanks for watching. Share your movie impressions in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe and put the big thumbs up. See you. Bye.